All right. Hey, how y'all doing? This is a new type of video I'm doing. I might do another one like this, see how it goes, but I've decided to let y'all see the process of me making an art piece, because why not? I'm not using the green screen on this video because I realized that I had fucking put green shit on the painting, so the green screen wouldn't work out for obvious reasons. Anyways, this piece is called Exodus, and I'm gonna get more into why it's called Exodus by the end of me explaining it. But yeah, this piece is inspired by me just realizing stuff like me and my hair, more specifically, isn't accepted in a lot of places, because I just recently got a new job, and some of y'all know, like, I'm a server. So at the job that I serve at now, they basically told me, like, hey, you gotta do something to your hair, because hey, look at Jack. Anyways, yeah, you gotta do something to your hair. So, I basically had to assimilate, and I didn't fuck with that. I don't know. I had a lot of emotions about that, but basically I'm using this art piece in a poem to go with it to express my emotions about that. And I know y'all probably looking at this piece and it's just like, what's going on? That's the thing about my art specifically. I don't really try to portray or convey like realism or real life things, because I feel like that's been done a million times. So my art is more abstract than anything. So you might have to look at it for a long time to really see what the hell is going on. But it's something going on. Basically, the whole canvas is supposed to represent the world. And like the green and the brown, that kind of represents Earth. And when I say Earth, I mean more in the sense of the world that they make us perceive, if that makes sense. Like the world that says, hey, you can't wear this, or hey, you have to wear clothes. Like, the civilized, quote unquote civilized world, the black represents me trying to make my mark in the world, trying to put my own little essence, and the red is the doubt, more so like I wouldn't say the doubtfulness, but like people putting me down, I guess you could say, like putting down my ideas, putting down my identity, not accepting it. So it's representing like damage, like it's doing damage to me in my psyche, in my character. And yeah, so that's why it's a pool of redness. If you want to it's a pool of redness. If you want to call it blood, you can call it blood, but I'm more of using it to convey an emotion more than anything. So yeah. So I'm basically, I always paint in the background first. This time I decided to paint the content and then paint the black background. So it was a little interesting, me trying to do that. Also, I kind of was freestyling as I went. Like, honestly, what I thought I was going to make and what the final product was it kind of was two different things. But that's kind of what happens when I'm doing my art. I kind of just like freestyle, go with the flow. This is me coming back after everything dried. So I'm putting like finishing touches on the piece, and I'm gonna add the last portion of the piece. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been rambling and not really talking about shit this whole time. All right, so to sum up this whole piece, basically what the piece is supposed to represent, the world and also your mind, well, my mind, and how you see how it's an opening in the skull, and there's also an opening where you'll probably see like the eyes at, and that's where a lot of the red and green is amplified, is because that kind of represents how I see the world, and because that's how I see the world, that's how I see myself. And how I see myself is also how people see me. Like, it goes hand in hand. And if you look in the middle, that's supposed to represent like my inner child and the inner me. And if you look, a piece of his hair is cut off, and it is in the pool of red because it's symbolizing, hey, my psyche and my world is pretty much hurt because of these words or these things that people portray and tell me to do, right? So the reason why the painting is called Exodus is to represent the expelling of these emotions, because you have to recognize the emotions in order to let them go. So all Exodus means is to let go of these emotions and these feelings that people have of you, because there's nothing you can do to change these feelings. So you just have to let them go. My connection to God, some people call them roots. They stick up in the sky like scrapers, like grassroots they shoots. You attribute my roots to my abuse and misuse, but this abuse isn't self-abuse, I reduce. It turns me into a recluse, then you use an excuse. It's loose in your face, now you're confused. My aura is unmatched. You cannot attach your standards and values. I'm not trying to down you, but this is a closed and shut. You say cut, you say contain, you say control. I lose my moral. I have disdain. I cut, but now who am I? You might as well take my left eye. I am whoever I set out to be, knowing me that wouldn't slide by me. But it's the American dream.